Good morning, students. I am Pushkar Paritosh, and this video is for class 9th. The topic is India, size and location. Students, first of all, I would like to say that tell your friends to join us with the help of WhatsApp so that they can also be profited with our videos. Students, so let us move to the topic India, size and location. Students, there were many ancient civilizations in the world. For example, Egyptian civilization, Mayan civilization, Mesopotamia civilization, and Indus Valley civilization was one of them. This civilization has its origin in the Indian subcontinent. So we can say that Indian civilization is one of the ancient civilizations in the world. During the last 5 decades, it has achieved a great progress economically also and socially also. It has achieved a great progress in the field of agriculture, in the field of industry, in the field of science, and like that, in many fields it has achieved a great progress, a significant progress. India has also contributed to the making of world history. If you study the world history, you have to study the history of India also, because it has a significant role in the world history. So students, now we will move to the topic location of India. So before we study the location of India, we should know some basic things that will help us understand the location of India. So students, let me start. Students, I am giving you an example. 24 here, for example 36, here 50. So do you know how to read this? Let me tell you. 24 degree, 36 minute, 50 seconds. So students, this sign is called as degree. You know that this sign is called as minute, and this sign is called as seconds. So students, now what is the relation between among these signs? What is the relation? Let me show you. 1 degree is equal to 60 minute. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Now, I think you have understood how to read this. Now you have to keep in your mind that this minute and this second has no relation to time. It has no relation to time. For example, we know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So this is the relation of time, but this sign is named as minute. This has no relation to this 1 hour. Okay, like this second, this sign is called as second, and this has no relation to the time. Students, now let us understand some different thing. If we relate these signs to the time, so that is another thing, and the relation is different from this. Okay, let me make you understand. 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. So this is the relation of degree and time. Degree time relation. So this is the relation. If the sun moves 1 degree longitude, then it takes about 4 minutes. It takes 4 minutes to move 1 degree of longitude. So this is the only relation that we have with time. So students, I hope that you understood it. Let me give you an example. For example, if the sun takes 4 minutes to cover 1 degree, then how much time does it take to cover 15 degrees? 15 degrees. So what you will have to do? You have to multiply 15 into 4, because the sun takes 4 minutes to cover 1 degree. So it will take 15 into 4 minutes to cover 15 degree. So what is the result? Result is 60 minutes. It means what? The sun will take 1 hour. 16 minutes means what? 1 hour. The sun will take 1 hour to cover 15 degree of longitude. So I hope you understood it. Now let me give you a question so that you can solve it at your home. If the sun is at 30 degree west longitude, if the sun is at 30 degree west longitude and it has to move to 60 degree west longitude, then how much time does the sun take to cover this distance? So I am repeating this. If the sun is at 30 degree west longitude and it has to move to 60 degree west longitude, then how much time does the sun take to cover this distance? Okay students, let me give you another question. If the sun is at 0 degree and it has to cover 45 degree west longitude, then how much time does the sun take to cover this distance? So you will practice this at your home and you can give the answers on the WhatsApp group also. Now let us move to the next topic, that is location. Students, as we know, India lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. You can see this is 10 degree latitude and 0 degree latitude is below Indian subcontinent. So students, let us now look at Tropic of Cancer. You can recognize in the figure, Tropic of Cancer goes from here in the middle of the land. So Tropic of Cancer, that is 23 and half degree north. This is Tropic of Cancer, and this latitude divides India into almost two parts. Now let us look at the location of India in the world. So as we have studied that India is entirely located in the northern hemisphere. Now we will see the northern tip of India. This is northern and southern tip. So let us start with southern tip. Southern tip is 8 degree 4 minute north. So this is 8 degree 4 minute north, and the northern tip is 37 degree 6 minute north. So this is the north and south extension of India. India lies between these latitudes. In the southern tip we have 8 degree 4 minute north latitude, and northern tip, in the northern tip we have 37 degree 6 minute north latitude. Now students, just think that here also, it means to the south of India also, we write here north. Why? Why this N is written in the southern tip of the mainland? Because the whole mainland lies in the north, in the northern hemisphere. Let me make you understand. Suppose this is the world and this is 0 degree, that means equator, and this is northern hemisphere and this is southern hemisphere. So India lies entirely in the northern hemisphere. That's why here also it means in the southern tip of India also we write N, 8 degree 4 minute north, because it is in the northern hemisphere. So you have understood this. Now let us see the east-west extension of India. The western part of India is 68 degree 7 minute east. This is the western tip of India. Now let us have a look on the eastern tip of India. This is 97 degree 25 minutes east. So students, here also you will look that E is written in the western part also and in the eastern part also. So what does it tell us? Why E is written, the letter E is written in the western part of India? So let us understand this. Now this is the globe. Let us assume this as globe and assume this as 0 degree which passes through Greenwich. Now this is 0 degree and this is eastern hemisphere and this is western hemisphere. So India lies totally in the eastern hemisphere. I am repeating this. India lies entirely in the eastern hemisphere. That's why we write here east, because its western part is also located in the eastern part of the world. Now I hope you can understand this, you have understood this. So let us move to the next topic. Let us look at the groups of islands. We have two groups of islands. First one is Andaman and Nicobar Island. Look at the map. This Andaman and Nicobar Island group is located in Bay of Bengal. So this is Andaman and Nicobar Island group and this lies in the Bay of Bengal, which is to the southeast of India. So this group of island lies to the southeast of the mainland and this is in Bay of Bengal. Now let us have a look to the next group of island, which is Lakshadweep Island. This Lakshadweep Island lies to the southwest of the mainland and this island group lies in the Arabian Sea. This group of island lies in the Arabian Sea. So students, now we had an island which was named Indira Point. The southernmost tip of the Indian subcontinent, Indian mainland was Indira Point, which got submerged in the seawater during tsunami which came in the year 2004. So this topic is finished. Now you have understood the location of India in the world and we have also learned many things like why we write north in the northern tip also and the southern tip also, why we write east in the western tip of India and the eastern tip of India also. Students, now the next topic is size. We will study the size of Indian mainland. So the total area of Indian mainland is 3.28 million square kilometer. So I am writing this on the board. The total mainland area is 3.28 million square kilometer. So this is the area of mainland and this area accounts to 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. And and more interesting that about 16% of the total population of the world lives in this area, which is only 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. India is, as you know, the seventh largest country in the world, and this is also given in your book. In the picture of your book, you can see the largest country is Russia and the seventh largest country is India in the world. Now, land boundary, the total extent of the land boundary, is about 15,200 kilometer. Total length of the coastline of the mainland, including these island groups, which is Andaman and Nicobar Island and the Lakshadweep Island group. So, including these groups of islands, the total length of the coastline is 7,516.6 kilometer. I am writing this 7,516.6 kilometer. This is the coastline of India. So students, now let us look at the map. You will if you look at the physical map of India, this is political map. I am showing you, I am trying to make you understand in this map that Yangfold mountains are there in the northern part of India, in the northeast part of India also, and in the middle of this area also. So you will look at in the physical map of India that a Yangfold mountains, a chain of Yangfold mountains are present in the northeast part of India, north and northwest. In the northwest also we have this chain of mountains which is known as the Himalayas. This chain of mountains have lofty mountains, and as you know, the Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. This mountain is also present, this mountain is also located in this chain of mountains. But Everest is not located in India, as we know. Everest is located in Nepal. So let us move to the next topic. Now if you look at the map of India, you will see that after 22 degree latitude, this is 22 degree latitude, and after this if we go to the south of mainland, we will find that this mainland begins tapering, and it begins to taper to the south and divides Indian Ocean into two parts, into two seas. One is Bay of Bengal in the east and the other is Arabian Sea in the west. So after 22 degree, if we go to the south of the mainland, this mainland begins to taper to the south and divides Indian Ocean into two seas, Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. So now let us have some calculations. Students, let us look at here. The northern tip of the Indian mainland is 37 degree 6 minute north, and the southern tip is 8 degree 4 minute north. Now let us minus this. Let us subtract this latitude with this latitude. We have to see what is the extent of the mainland. What is the extent of the mainland from here? It means from north to south. So let us calculate, subtract. So what is the result? The result is 29 degree 2 minute north. It means what? About 30 degree. So the extent of the mainland from north to south is about 30 degree. So we have calculated this. Now let us see what is the extent of Indian mainland from east to west or west to east. So let us calculate that also. The western, look at the picture, look at the map. The eastern tip is at 97 degree 25 minute east, and the western tip is at 68 degree 7 minute east. So let us do some calculation. 97 degree 25 minute east and 68 degree 7 minute east. Okay, so let us calculate roughly. Let us calculate roughly. We calculate this. So here we have 29 degree, which means what? This means 30 degree, about 30 degree. So what I am trying to say is that the east-west extension and the north-south extension of Indian mainland is about the same, about 30 degree. But it seems as if the north-south extent is more and the east-west extent is less. But this is not true. This is about the same. Okay. Now let us look at the map. The western state of India is Gujarat, and the eastern state, the easternmost state is the Arunachal Pradesh. Now if one moves, or you can say if the sun moves from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat, that sun will take how much time? So I have already taught you how to get the time. Let us calculate. So we have the east-west extension is about 30 degree, and we have already learned that 1 degree is equal to 4 minutes. Now let us calculate. So 30 degree is equal to what? How much minutes? So this is the question. Let us calculate. What we have to do? We have to multiply 30 into 4, which gives 120 minutes. So students, 120 minutes means what? 2 hours. So we can say that the sun will take about 2 hours to cover this distance, to move from the easternmost part of India to the westernmost part of India. So you can say the sun will take 2 hours to move from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat. Okay, so there is a time lag of 2 hours between the easternmost part of India and the westernmost part of India. There is a time lag of 2 hours, about 2 hours. So that's why standard meridian of India, that is 82 degree and half minute. It means 82 and half minute, 82 and half degree east is taken as the standard meridian of India, and the time on this meridian, let me tell you that this meridian passes through Uttar Pradesh, from Mirzapur, which is located in Uttar Pradesh, and this meridian is in the middle of Indian mainland. This meridian is in the middle of Indian mainland. So how can you calculate that this is in the middle of the Indian mainland? So let me show you this also. 82 degree and half minute. So the western part is 68 degrees 7 minute east. Now let us add 15 degree. So what will it give? 7 minute. So it is about this much, but if we calculate very carefully, we will get 82 and half degree east. It means what I am trying to say is that we have about 30 degree extension between the eastern and western part of India, western tip of India. But it is not the exact 30 degree. That's why we are getting this figure. If we calculate exactly, so what I am trying to say is that, let me make you understand that the westernmost part is at 68 degrees 7 minute east, and the easternmost part is at 97 degree 25 minute east. So what is the middle? What is the middle longitude? Which longitude comes exactly in the middle of these two longitudes? These are two longitudes, and which longitude comes exactly in the middle of these two longitudes? Then if we calculate, we will get 82 and half degree east longitude. So that's why this 82 and half degree east longitude is taken as the standard meridian of India, and this meridian passes through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh, which is located in Uttar Pradesh, and the time at this longitude is taken as the standard time of whole India. So now let us move to the next topic, that latitudinal extent, it means north to south. This extent influences the duration of day and night as we move far away from the equator. For example, the duration at this tip, at the southernmost tip of India, the duration of day and night is felt very less. But when we move to the northernmost part of India, we will see that there is duration of day and night is very much. The difference between duration of the day and night is very much. Okay, we can feel the difference. We can feel the difference in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. Now I am giving you an example. You have studied in junior classes that in the pole, that is in the North Pole and in the South Pole, what is the duration of day and night in the North Pole and South Pole? I know that you have studied this 6 months. The duration of day and night in these poles is 6 months. There is 6 month day and there is 6 month night. Why? Because this is the farthest from the equator. So you have understood this. As we move away from the equator, let us assume that this is equator, 0 degree, this is equator. As we move away from the equator to the north or to the south, the duration between the day and night is more. So students, let us meet in the next class. Thank you.